Goodness, I'll try and keep this video short, but this is really driving me up the wall. I hate the stupid liberal talking point that the conservatives are abandoning Ukraine because they voted against the Ukraine free trade deal with Canada. One, we already have a free trade deal with Ukraine. It's stupid that we're just passing another one to pretend that we're increasing our support even more by passing the same agreements again, but chock full of left-wing language, like basically making Ukraine commit to carbon pricing into the future. I know some liberals will say, well, Ukraine already has a carbon tax in it. I don't even think that's exactly how their carbon tax works. It's not the same thing. But even then, well, we don't have no business telling Ukraine to keep its carbon tax or to implement a different carbon tax. That's foolish. And what the liberals are doing with these Ukrainian bills that they keep putting up, and let's just get one thing straight. The liberals don't care about Ukraine. They didn't care when Russia invaded back in 2014. They don't care right now. There's a reason that that Canada has not actually been a good partner to them up until 2022, when suddenly Justin Trudeau wanted to virtue signal all over the issue. The current Ukraine bill does not actually help Ukraine in any way. We do not significantly trade with Ukraine now. This free trade agreement will not change that. And what the liberals are doing is that they're just deliberately packing this bill full of things that that the conservatives are just obviously not going to vote for, like carbon pricing being like saddled on Ukraine. And so they're saying basically it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't bill. If the conservatives vote for it, they look like they're a bunch of hypocrites for supporting carbon pricing. And if they vote against it, the liberals will say they're trying to stab Ukraine in the back. Justin Trudeau was the same guy in 2014 who was making jokes about Ukraine being invaded by Russia back in the day because he doesn't care. He really doesn't care. He's like, oh, there must be invading because Ukraine or they like Russia didn't win the men's hockey in the Sochi Olympics. Ha ha ha. People were getting slaughtered, but it was a big joke for Justin Trudeau back in the day. But now Justin Trudeau cares deeply about Ukraine, even though he's defunded Canada's military. We do not hit our NATO military spending targets, and we've been a very weak and pathetic country on the world stage in terms of kissing up to all the world's worst dictatorships, Iran, China. We've even been oddly nice to Russia up until 2022, when it became politically unfashionable to Trudeau to keep doing that. But yeah, this is a complete dumb liberal tactic of trying to just put up bills that are flawed in their like actual substance, but they can pretend that because the title of the bill sounds good, that the liberals are supporting good things and the conservatives are not supporting the good thing. Dumb. Do not listen to these stupid talking points. Also, don't do the dumb thing I see some populist people on the right doing, saying, well, we should oppose Ukraine because Zelensky's a dictator and Putin's secretly a good guy. No, you don't have to like Zelensky. There's a lot of things he does that I do not like. Ukraine is a very corrupt country. It is significantly less corrupt than even Russia is. Don't do this thing where, well, Justin Trudeau backs Zelensky, so I'm now promoting Putin. Putin is a proto-socialist dictator who supports Islamism in his country, who has like basically completely gutted his country of any religion. It's a very nihilistic state. Whenever Russia puts out propaganda about how great Russia is, they pretend like they're their southern neighbor Georgia, which is a great free market economy full of family values, religious tolerance, and all these other things. It's a very pro-individual country. Russia is not. You basically have to get state permission to do anything in their economy, and if you're at all successful, because it's a kleptocracy, they'll probably seize your business and hand it off to some oligarch. It's not a good country to support. Ukraine is not perfect, and I would say that we should start restricting aid if we don't get to some sort of peace deal soon. But overall, this is just this whole situation with the liberals and conservatives is just dumb politicking by the liberals, and people should not just read the headlines that are going to come out of this. The conservatives are not opposing Ukraine. It's actually the liberals who have actually undermined Ukraine over time, and they're just pretending like if they keep passing bills with good sounding names that they're the real allies of the Ukrainians. Anyways, that's it for me today. See you in another video. Don't believe liberal propaganda.